this stuff Hinata gave me works fast!
This wound is actually from Kiba scratching his arm last episode. And I wouldn't really blame you if you didn't know that, because it was in the Naruto getting clapped montage.
Here's some healing ointment. It's for you and Hakamaru.
Forget about us. You better start worrying about yourself, Hinata.
No, like seriously. The only person Hinata could beat is Choji, and the rest aren't even close.
If they put you in with that guy from the Sand Village, you've got to forfeit the match. Same with Neji. Be smart and just walk away.
This actually calls back to the Forest of Death, where Kiba and the rest of his team saw Gaara kill those Hidden Rain Ninja. Even a couple episodes back, the only person Kiba didn't want to fight was Gaara. And it's a cool touch that Kiba also says to back out if she's against Neji. It wouldn't be bold to assume Kiba knows some of the Hyuga branch stuff, considering Kurenai knows it, and Lee knows it too.
Hinata.
I really like the tonal shift this episode puts on after the fight is revealed to be Hinata versus Neji. Although we don't know why Neji doesn't like Hinata, we know they're from the same clan, so we know there's a lot of weight being held in this fight.
I never thought that you and I would have to face each other, Hinata.
Nor I, brother.
What'd she call him?
I have heard that for many generations now there has been some bad blood between the two families.
This is good insight. This is needed insight. This whole interaction adds depth to the fight. It adds stakes. It gives a reason for the viewer to care. And the viewer should already care about this fight simply because of the characters. Hinata is the love interest of Naruto, and Neji is the rival of Lee. But there's now a personal aspect to it. It's not just two characters that are important to two big characters fighting. It's that plus a personal score, which like I said, gives this fight a lot more meaning. Honestly, it's just a really good matchup.
So it's like this match is a family feud.
Withdraw now. You know you were never meant to be a ninja.
You'll hear me talk about this throughout the episode, but one thing this fight sets out to accomplish is to make Neji as unlikable as possible. There's many goals of this fight, like Hinata character growth, but something this fight loves to do early on is make you hate Neji. In this flashback we get, it sets out to accomplish 3 things, and we're gonna go over all of them separately.
She's of less worth than her sister, 5 years her junior. The Hyuga clan has no use for such an heir.
The first thing it strives to accomplish is it makes you also want to hate Hinata's dad, and it also lets you know Kurenai is rooting for Hinata. Like, look at the change in emotion on Kurenai's face. The third thing it does is it makes you feel bad for Hinata, which in turn makes Neji more unlikable.
People can't change no matter how hard they try.
This is the line that makes you hate Neji, for now. The line lets you know what he's about on a broad scale, and although, yeah, we know the Hyuga's pretty messed up, we also favor Hinata over Neji because Hinata is closer to Naruto. So Neji saying all of this just pisses you off.
A failure will always be a failure.
It also doesn't help that Naruto takes offense to what Neji says. It reinforces Neji being unlikable while also setting up the 3rd exam.
Byakugan?
It's the Kekkei Genkai, or bloodline trait of the Hyuga.
Shout out Kakashi and Sakura teaming up to be the exposition machines. You love to see it. Oh, hey, it's the Byakugan. Wait, doesn't Hinata have that too? Are they like related or something?
Your gaze drifted toward the upper left corner of the room. I saw at that moment you were thinking of your past. Your bitter past.
I think this moment here drives home how powerful Neji is. Yeah, he's talking a bunch of shit to Hinata, but he also recognizes the smallest movement of the eye and predicted correctly what it was. If you want to convey how powerful someone is with a visual jutsu, that's the way to do it.
To me, it revealed all of your mental and physical suffering. You're seeing your old self and wondering if your life has prepared you for this moment.
What's weird to me is how this is worded. Earlier, Neji was all about people can't change, but then he drops old self, which is like, doesn't that insinuate change? I'm gonna chalk it up to dub because that actually doesn't make sense.
You want to keep me from raiding the deepest recesses of your mind. And why? Because everything I've said is true.
Like I've said, Neji doing this makes him unlikable, but you know what it also does? It makes Hinata overcoming it and taking this fight head on to be a good character moment. It makes the moment, although from a surface level sounds super easy, actually be really important due to the tension buildup from Neji mentally attacking her.
That familiar gesture of putting your finger to your lips. I know that it's a desperate attempt to suppress your rising panic.
You can actually see tears in Hinata's eyes in this shot. It's just a little hard to see. Also, something I really like about this episode is how the characters convey emotion and how shadows have been a big factor in it. Hinata looks horrified, Neji looks pissed, and Kurenai in the flashback looked noticeably upset. Take out the shadows under their eyes and yeah, have fun producing the same emotion to the same degree.
Who gave you the right to tell her what she can or can't be? Go on, Hinata, show this guy he's wrong!
This helps set up the third exam, but it also helps break Hinata out of whatever state she's in. There's a lot of stuff like this in this episode, moments that work short-term and long-term.
Hinata! You just gonna stand there and take that? Do something! You're driving me crazy!
S-tier instigator.
The look in her eye has changed. If you don't forfeit the match, you know what will happen.
What's interesting about this moment is that I feel like Neji is saying this as a cop-out. He says this hoping Hinata goes back to being nervous, but I also feel like he doesn't actually want to fight Hinata because he knows there's likely going to be a consequence from the main branch. You know, even though Hinata's dad doesn't really care how she does. Now, yeah, that would be seen as headcanon, but hear me out real quick. By how strict we see the main branch to be, is that really a stretch?
No more hiding. Byakugan!
Wait, so hold on. Neji and Hinata both have Byakugans? They have to be related. There's no way. Have y'all ever thought Hinata stands kind of like a Charlie Brown character? That's not messed up, is it? It's chill, it's chill. It's a cool touch, but Neji's stance is a lot more athletic, showing he's more skilled.
I have said it before. I have on my team the man who is probably the strongest Genin ever to come out of the Hidden Leaf Village.
So that was a fucking lie.
Okay, I love this fight. A lot. I'm not saying if it's my favorite, because you'll find out later, but what I will say for now is that the choreography of this fight is some of the best we've seen so far. You can hate me for this, I don't care, but this is the best we've seen since Sasuke vs Orochimaru. That title of it being the best will be short-lived, but still, it should be pointed out. I might have said this before, but I really love when fights just turn off the music and let you see it. Music is important in any visual media. Without good music, your scene might not hit right. But the absence of music can enhance a scene as well.
It's not the kind of taijutsu Lee and I employ. We tend to concentrate on inflicting external damage. The Hyuga way is to attack their opponent's internal organs and the chakra network through which the chakra flows.
The way the Hyugas fight is really creative to say the least. The idea of a chakra network is creative too. Veins for chakra? It's simple, but it's a cool concept. Honestly, I'm pretty mixed on what taijutsu style I like more. Cause like, seeing Lee kick Gar in the head was amazing, but I love this fight cause of the taijutsu. Why is Sakura's head so big? I really like how this is conveyed. You don't know who hit who, but you know someone got hit hard. And it's a cliffhanger too. This episode is a really good bounce back from what was probably one of the worst episodes we saw. The emotional side of this episode is hard hitting, they make Neji really unlikable. Even the small amount of fighting that we get is cool and new to the viewer. Out of all the preliminary fights, this is probably my favorite so far. There's character growth, character introduction, big character moments, a good start to a fight, needed exposition. This is really all we can ask for. There's really not much else to say about this episode. It's just solid. Next episode, A Failure Stands Tall.